Look down at your ankles right now. Or better yet, take your thumb and press it firmly into the skin just above your ankle bone. Hold it there for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let go. Does the skin bounce back immediately, or do you see a deep pit-like indentation that stays there like a footprint in wet cement? If you see that dent, or if your legs feel like heavy, waterlogged tree trunks by the end of the day, listen to me very carefully. That is not just water weight. It is not just old age. That is a sign that the sewage system of your body, your lymphatic system, has stalled. You are carrying around pounds of stagnant, toxic fluid that your heart is struggling to pump against gravity. This fluid compresses your nerves, causing that burning pain at night. It stretches your skin until it becomes shiny and prone to infection. And most terrifying of all, stagnant blood is the breeding ground for clots. You might have been told to just watch your salt or wear compression socks, but those are Band-Aid solutions. They do not fix the root cause of why the fluid is trapped there in the first place. What if I told you that the most critical time to drain this fluid isn't during the day, but in the specific window right before you sleep? I am going to share with you 7 specific science-backed bedtime protocols. These are not old wives' tales. These are clinical mechanisms designed to open the floodgates and physically drain the swelling from your legs while you sleep, so you wake up with ankles that look and feel 20 years younger. I am Dr. Sophia Sterling. I have spent my career helping seniors navigate the minefield of aging. My goal is to keep you out of the hospital and in control of your own body. If you are tired of dragging your legs around like they are made of lead, you are in the right place. We are going to fix the plumbing. Let's get started. We begin with fix number 7. This is a mechanical adjustment that 90% of people get wrong. I call it the zero gravity gradient. You already know you should elevate your legs. Your doctor told you that. So what do? You pile up 2 flimsy pillows on the couch, prop your heels up, and hope for the best. But here's the problem. Most people elevate their legs, but they do not elevate them enough, or they do it at an angle that actually kinks the femoral vein in the groin, making the blockage worse. Think of a garden hose. If you want the water to drain out, you can't just lift the nozzle an inch, you have to lift it higher than the faucet. For gravity to drain the fluid from your feet back to your kidneys so you can pee it out, your feet must be significantly higher than the level of your heart. Not level with your heart, higher than your heart. Here is the specific protocol. This is how you do it correctly. 30 minutes before you go to sleep, you need to lie flat on your back. You need a firm wedge pillow. Not a soft, squishy cushion that collapses, but a firm foam wedge that elevates your legs to a 45-degree angle. If you do not have a wedge, you can lie on the floor and rest your legs up against the wall. This is often called legs up the wall pose in yoga. You want to stay in this position for 15 to 20 minutes. Why does this work? It reverses the gravitational pull that has been hammering you all day. During the day, gravity pulls blood down. By inverting that relationship, you allow the venous valves, those little trap doors in your veins that get weak as we age, to open effortlessly. The fluid rushes out of the interstitial spaces and back into circulation. If you do this correctly, you will feel a need to urinate almost immediately after you stand up. That is the proof. That is the fluid leaving your legs and hitting your bladder. Do not skip this step. It's simple physics, and it works. Now let's move to fix number 6. This is a chemical solution for those of you who suffer from night cramps along with the swelling. We need to talk about the relaxation mineral. You probably know that magnesium is good for you, but swallowing a magnesium pill right before bed might not be enough to fix the swelling in your ankles. Why? Because your digestion slows down as you age. You might only absorb 30% of that pill. Instead, we are going to bypass the stomach entirely. We are going to use transdermal magnesium chloride. Here's the mechanism. Magnesium is an electrolyte that balances sodium. Where sodium holds on to water, magnesium tells your cells to let it go. When you are deficient in magnesium, and almost every senior I treat is deficient, your cells hold on to sodium, and that sodium holds on to water. That creates edema. Furthermore, magnesium relaxes the smooth muscle walls of your blood vessels. When those vessels relax, circulation improves, and fluid can move out. The protocol is this. You need a high-quality magnesium oil spray. This is usually magnesium chloride suspended in water. 10 minutes before you get into bed, sit on the edge of your mattress. Spray 5 to 10 pumps of magnesium oil directly onto your calves, your ankles, and the tops of your feet. Then, and this is the secret, massage it in for 60 seconds. It might tingle or itch slightly the first few times. That's normal. It means you're deficient. By applying it directly to the site of the swelling, you're driving the minerals straight into the tissues that need it most. You're signaling those tight, waterlogged muscles to release. Many of my patients tell me that within 20 minutes, the heavy, throbbing sensation dampens. It is like an off switch for the tension in your legs. Fix number 5. This is a specific bedtime beverage, but be careful because most people drink the wrong thing and end up waking up 5 times a night to use the bathroom. We need a natural diuretic, but we do not want a harsh pharmaceutical diuretic that strips your body of potassium and leaves you feeling weak and dizzy. We want a potassium-sparing fluid flusher. The solution is dandelion leaf tea. Notice I said dandelion leaf, not dandelion root. There is a big difference. The root is for your liver, the leaf is for your kidneys. Here's the science behind it. Dandelion leaf contains compounds called sesquiterpene lactones. I know, big word, but what they do is simple. They stimulate the kidneys to increase urine production and filter out excess sodium. But unlike water pills from the doctor, dandelion leaf is naturally loaded with potassium. So as you flush out the bad fluid, you are replacing the essential minerals your heart needs. The protocol. About 60 minutes before bed. No later or you will be up all night. Brew 1 cup of organic dandelion leaf tea. Do not add sugar. Sugar causes inflammation, and inflammation causes swelling. If you need it sweet, use a drop of stevia. Drink this warm. The warmth dilates your blood vessels, and the dandelion signals your kidneys to start the filtration process. Combine this with the elevation we talked about in step 7, and you are creating a vacuum effect. Gravity pulls the fluid out, and the dandelion tea opens the exit door through the kidneys. Stay with me because the next few fixes are going to change how you physically treat your legs. Fix number 4 involves a specific massage technique that you are likely doing backward. And fix number 1 is a supplement that was actually used in World War II to treat soldiers with vein injuries, and it is almost miraculous for venous insufficiency. We are moving on to fix number 4. This is a technique called manual lymphatic drainage. Now listen to me closely because this is where most people hurt themselves. When your legs feel swollen and tight, your instinct is to rub them hard. You want to dig your thumbs into the muscle to relieve the pressure. You must stop doing that. Deep tissue massage on swollen legs can actually collapse the delicate lymphatic vessels that sit right underneath your skin. You are crushing the very tubes you are trying to empty. The lymphatic system does not have a pump like the heart. It relies on movement and pressure, but it is a low-pressure system. Think of it like a wet sponge. If you smash the sponge, you damage it. If you gently squeeze it, the water releases. The protocol I want you to use tonight is called clearing the drain. Before you touch your legs, you must open the exit points. The lymph fluid from your legs drains into lymph nodes in your groin and eventually up to your collarbone. If those drains are clogged, pushing fluid up from your ankles does nothing. It just hits a wall and flows back down. So, step 1. Lying in bed, gently massage the hollow area right above your collarbones. Just 10 gentle circles. Step 2. Gently massage the crease of your groin where your leg meets your torso. 10 circles. You are unlocking the gates. Step 3. Now go to your ankles. Using the flat of your hand, not your fingertips, your whole hand, stroke your leg upwards towards your knee with the lightness of petting a cat. I repeat, petting a cat. That is how light the pressure should be. You are not moving muscle, you are moving the skin. This light traction pulls the lymph vessels open and encourages the fluid to move up toward the drains you just opened. Do this for 5 minutes on each leg. It is soothing, it reduces pain, and it manually pumps the sewage out of your limbs. Fix number 3 involves a specific essential oil that acts as a natural vasoconstrictor. This is the vein tightener. Why do your ankles swell? Because your blood vessels have become permeable. They are leaky. Fluid leaks out of the veins and into the surrounding tissue. We need something to tighten that seal. The reveal here is cypress essential oil mixed with a carrier oil. Cypress oil contains monoterpenes that are clinically known to improve circulation and, more importantly, create astringency. An astringent creates a contraction in body tissues. It literally helps the walls of your veins snap back to attention, reducing the leakage. Here is your bedtime protocol. Get a small bottle of organic cypress essential oil. Do not apply it directly to your skin, it's too strong. Mix 3 drops of cypress oil with a tablespoon of coconut oil or sweet almond oil. Rub this mixture gently onto your ankles and calves right after your shower or before you put on your pajamas. The cypress oil penetrates the skin and works locally to constrict the dilated vessels that are allowing fluid to pool. Plus, the scent is woody and grounding, which helps lower your cortisol levels before sleep. Now we are getting to the heavy hitters. Fix number 2 is about correcting a specific chemical imbalance that you are likely creating at dinner time. I call this the sodium-potassium seesaw. You've been told to cut salt, and yes, if you eat a bag of chips before bed, you will wake up swollen. But the myth is that sodium is the only villain. The real villain is a lack of potassium. Your cells work on a pump system. Sodium pumps water in, potassium pumps water out. If you eat a low-salt diet but you have 0 potassium, you will still retain water because the pump is broken. You cannot operate a seesaw with only one person. Most seniors are dangerously low in potassium. The protocol: at dinner or as a small evening snack, you must eat a high potassium food. But be careful. Everyone says eat a banana, but bananas are high in sugar. We want to avoid insulin spikes before bed. Instead, I want you to eat half an avocado. Half an avocado contains more potassium than a banana, with healthy fats that stabilize your blood sugar. If you don't like avocado, try a handful of pumpkin seeds or a small serving of cooked spinach. By flooding your system with potassium right before the long fast of sleep, you are handing your kidneys the tool they need to flush out the sodium. You are effectively resetting the pump. You will find that by morning, your rings fit looser and your ankles look defined, simply because you rebalanced the minerals. And finally, we arrive at fix number 1, the holy grail of vein health. This is a supplement that I believe every single person over 60 with swelling should be taking, yet most standard doctors never mention it. We are talking about micronized Diosmin and hesperidin. This is not a new fad. This is a specific flavonoid fraction derived from citrus rinds. It has been used in Europe for decades as a prescription-grade treatment for venous insufficiency. Here is the mechanism. Remember those valves in your veins, the little trap doors that stop blood from falling back down to your feet? As we age, those valves get flimsy. They don't close all the way. Blood leaks backward, pools, and causes that deep, aching pressure. Diosmin and hesperidin work by prolonging the vasoconstriction effect of noradrenaline on the vein wall. In plain English, they increase the tone of your veins. They make the veins stronger, tighter, and more elastic. They help the valves close properly. There are studies showing that this specific combination can significantly reduce ankle volume, literally shrinking the size of the ankle in as little as 2 months of consistent use. The protocol? You are looking for a supplement labeled Diosmin hesperidin, or sometimes MPFF, Micronized Purified Flavonoid Fraction. The standard effective dose is 500 milligrams to 1,000 milligrams daily. I recommend taking 500 milligrams with your dinner. Why with dinner? Because these compounds are fat-soluble. They need the fat from your meal, maybe that avocado we talked about in step 2, to be fully absorbed. If you take this on an empty stomach with just water, you are wasting your money. Taking this consistently is like reinforcing the walls of a crumbling dam. It takes a few weeks to build up, but once it does, the structural integrity of your legs changes completely. Let's recap your overnight drain routine so you know exactly what to do tonight. 1. Eat a potassium-rich food at dinner, like half an avocado, to balance your water pumps. 2. Take 500 milligrams of Diosmin hesperidin with that meal to strengthen your vein valves. 3. 60 minutes before bed, drink a warm cup of dandelion leaf tea to signal your kidneys to filter. 4. Apply your magnesium oil spray to the calves to relax the muscles. 5. Apply your cypress oil mixture to tighten the leaky vessels. 6. Perform the petting the cat lymphatic massage. Remember to clear the collarbones and groin first. 7. Sleep with your legs elevated on a wedge pillow at 45 degrees. I know this sounds like a lot. You do not have to do all 7 perfectly every single night, but start with the elevation and the magnesium. Add the tea. Build the routine. You do not have to accept swollen, painful legs as a normal part of aging. It is common, yes, but it is not normal. It is a sign of a mechanical failure that you can fix. Imagine waking up tomorrow, putting your feet on the floor and feeling lightness. Imagine slipping your shoes on without using a shoehorn. Imagine walking to the kitchen without that dragging, heavy anchor attached to your ankles. That reality is waiting for you, but you have to take the first step. If you found this helpful, please like this video so more seniors can find this information. But do not click away yet. Swelling is one thing, but there is a silent killer that often hides behind swelling, disguised as a simple cramp. You need to know the difference between a harmless muscle cramp and a deadly deep vein thrombosis clot. I have broken down the exact warning signs in this next video. Is it a cramp or a clot? 5 signs you must check now. Click right here. I'll see you there.